Hey everybody, I am live. I know Jeff is probably wrapping up his show shortly. A lot of stuff going on in the news. I understand with Biden and Jeff was doing a some readings on his channel and pulling some cards to see where the future of our country is going. So I figured I would just get started, say hello to people as everyone comes in. And Jeff will be here shortly, I am sure. And to get started, Nancy is here, getting all settled. Paper, fountain pen, and a pot of chamomile tea. Shan brought me my coffee. Um, Everybody saying yes, and Shan was all happy to hear you say hello back. And as we're waiting on Jeff, let's get those pens and paper out and be sure to share when we do our prompts. Chatters can request a poetry reading or submit a prompt. And here is my cohort for the show. There is Jeff. He made it,
I
everybody. Jeff, are you late again? Hey, it's been a busy day with news, and when the politics and the downloads come through,
that's where I go,
that's
when
where
I
he
get a hit
goes.
on something. Yeah.
All righty,
So,
but people are coming in, and tonight, if I understood us earlier when you were doing your show, we have the option of if, and it's on the little ticker. If you would like a poetry reading, let Jeff and I know, and we'll do a poetry reading. If you want to share a prompt, you can share a prompt. And of course, as always, be sure to share any poetry that you have that you're writing that you get inspired by. And let's see, we have Moira. Karen is here. Hello, Karen.
hi, Care Bear.
Yep.
Hi,
And so
Nancy.
you will join us next weekend. Awesome. Yes. I know today Karen and I did a show for Hey, what's your sign? I'm doing Leo. We had a fabulous turnout. Um, and early ritual prompts
Hi,
being
Tom.
almost on time. If you want, Tom, we can make that a prompt. Not a, actually, no, I'm going to do just in case. I'm going to start comment that. If not for tonight, maybe I'll be tempted to write for next week. Bathing the twins, enjoy, Karen.
Look at what
Yeah.
Mara said. I blame Chef. We kept asking Pansy
Pen-
questions. Yeah.
oh, really? Pendy was hard at work. All righty. So I'm going to star you, Miss Nancy, of course. And let's see who else is popping in. Well, Tom's here. So uh,
I need
he,
coffee. I'll be right back.
all right, I got my coffee. It's all ready and set to go. So can you tell I'm going like this? Like I'm caffeinated, people. Oh, I had to end a show short. Well, I couldn't finish the show last night with the lovely Nancy and Ginger because I got hit with a migraine, full moon, too much caffeine. So hopefully I don't overdo it tonight. But this is only my second cup of coffee today. So I should be good to go. Mm. And Tom, if you would love for that to be a prompt, I haven't seen a yay or a nay. So I got my little index book here for tonight. So let's see what we got here. Being almost on time. And that can always be tossed up like a word salad as well. Um, okay, so just in case no, you were joking. Well, that could still be a cool prompt to use at some point. I'm glad it lightened your mood, my dear. I'm glad you enjoyed. Um, we had a lot of nice, unless no one else throws one in the ring. Ding ding. So Miss Nancy, so let me. Oh, what deck? I'm gonna actually. Nancy, you know me. I always keep a bunch of decks over here. Now, once my turn to read for Miss Nancy, I'm like, what deck do I use? And I think I'm going to go with my Celestial Bodies because we both have this deck. And so it'll be interesting. And I used that today for Karen's show. And I just love the artwork, love how it shuffles. Oh, and we also have a prompt for Nancy tonight, Floating Lotus. Oh, that's pretty, Nancy. I like that. Almost fell asleep on the couch and rushed in to make the show. That must have been a good dinner. That's why I needed the caffeine. We had steak and eggs, and scrambled in with the eggs was, fire roasted mushrooms and some chopped tomato with melted cheese. It was yummy. And then I was like, oh, Heather, why do you always eat like a big meal before you do a show? Because then you're going to be sitting there going, oh, that's good, Tom. You didn't turn out to be a couch potato. Or a couch Tom. Or Tom Couch. What's it called? Couch potato? Couch Tom? As you can tell, I've had caffeine. So let's see. Nancy, what is your card? Ooh, you got the Scorpio card. So, all righty. Let me move this a little bit here out of the way. Okay. And Nancy, you remember what this card, I'm just going to show really quick. So I know, Nancy, you got this deck. But for people who don't know it, this is the Heavenly Bodies astrology that I got to help me learn some astrology so I could do my shows with Karen. And intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. And just watch what you're exposing these days, Nancy. I can have that little giggle with Nancy, but she's a sweetheart. So Jeff, Tom wants to know, Jeff, are you feeling better today?
I am. But I did have a really bad craving yesterday for a beer, if that's what he's referring to. Like,
yeah, we were thinking about you the other day. So yeah, we're glad you're in a better spot.
Yeah, I really, really, really wanted one yesterday. I still do, but not as badly. It's not foremost on my mind. Yeah. So with the poetry reading, I have a question. Are we doing what we normally would do? Are we basing it on the cards we draw?
I know that's how you like to do it.
Okay.
So you do you, boo.
Okay.
And Tom says that is 100% what I am referring to. So, he's looking out for you, bro. And Tropical Empress is here. Hello, my dear. So, Scorpio. This is going to take me a little bit because I got hit with a migraine last night. So, I'm still a little foggy, but let's see if we can make this work. I'm going to go ahead and mute.
So, Nancy, what I'm hearing for you is two words that sort of sound the same: control and conjoin. And I'm wondering if there's someone in your life that might have been a paternal figure or a lover that was a twin flame to you or a soulmate for a very brief moment in time in your youth or during your youngest years, I'll say, who helped you kind of define that period as a nostalgic or glory period. Because I got the lovers reversed. Like it didn't work out, and or something had happened that transpired either between him and you and him and someone else, or if it was like a father figure, if there was any sort of cheating outside the bonds of like of a relationship, meaning your parents were divorced or there was some sort of problem in the relationship that might have bordered on I don't want to say alcoholism, but I'm wondering if it's that or there was some sort of drug dependence. But at the same time that all that was going on, you were having either issues with trying to figure out what it was you wanted to do with your life, because this can be in the regular right away, all about knowledge and acquiring knowledge. But the knowledge of what you had from your family kind of shaped the spiritual journey you did take, but it didn't define your earlier years as intensely as maybe you wanted it to. So I'm getting this sense of there wasn't the control and you weren't really conjoined with the same sort of ideals or morals that your father might have had. I don't know. That's so. What I got for you was uh, underneath the covers slips away a dream that I once had and gives way to a new reality. Eyes wide open to the darkness, none of it's seeping through my eyes to show me a way that in the morning I'll be able to get up and rise. Transparent is the soul that goes and takes, that has a heavy burden and it takes a toll. And that's what I got for you. I get a lot of strength from generational trauma for some reason.
All righty. That's interesting. Whoa. Okay. Boy, Moira, you're really tossing them out. Wow. Fulcrum. I'll even have to. Actually, that might be really cool for an acrostic. So let me write that down. So, Miss Nancy, for your card, um, it's interesting. I had the volume down a bit so I could think of what I was writing, and it's almost kind of like hearing me, please. Okay, so you want a reading. So let me start you there. So, Nancy, I got for you intensity of emotion, renewing the soul within, exposing the delicate heart, purging tears, embracing the dark, the beauty of our shadows, a sting from the Scorpio, lights, lights up your eyes, and tapers the corners of your smile. And that's what I got for you, my dear. All righty. So, Nancy says, my great passion back in my 20s, spot on, Jeff. But after 4 years, I ended it.
Wow. Oh my God.
Here we go. And hello, Fatima. Fatima is here this evening joining us. Everyone's saying hello. Um, okay, so next up is we did have a prompt from Miss Nancy, and it's floating lotus. I'm trying to find where it went up here. Forgot to click on it. I wrote it down in my little notepad. Let me highlight the one from Moira and let me back up to floating lotus, and there we go. And remember, everybody, share your poems too. I think we might be both muted. Okay, so Miss Nancy. Hey, Thomas. Thanks for joining us. So, Miss Nancy, your prompt. I did a haiku, and I might actually make this a tanka later this week. Pink floating lotus, delicate petals scent, sultry in the moon. And that's what I have for you, my dear. Now, I don't know if you know, Jeff, but Thomas has joined us as well. Oh, there you go. It's my ring for readers. It is. And let me go and see what we got here. Remember, everybody, if you're writing, Nancy, I know you said you're writing. You had your pen and paper ready. You too, Tom. And Thomas, if you want to share too, everybody. But last week, Tom was showing us his, his writing skills. He's got skills. Then, Amanda, you will be next for your reading. The poems, they don't pay the bills. Yeah. Me too, Amanda. We keep telling Tom. You should have a Tom and Thomas night. Get both Tom and Thomas to join Jeff and I. Okay, Miss Amanda, your card is Libra. So this is why I'm going to write a poem for you. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. So that's going to be your card. Tom squared. There you go.
All right, I have one for Floating Lotus. Your temperature rises when there's nary a cause for concern. Your host to all that's wholesome, and fertility is what your recollections embody. Floating lotus with no prayer, floating lotus, I found you. Sanctified by your light, you may have come and gone, but now I am aware. That's it.
I'm muted. Tom wanted to know what the prompt had been, and it's Floating Lotus. And I went ahead. Amanda wanted a reading, so I started on hers to give me a head start. And so I'm going to mute. And Nancy says, "Oh, wow, Jeff, I love that." And Nancy had a share with us as well. The sun's rays reflect upon the quiet pond. Koi glides silently beneath the floating lotus blossoms. Tranquility personified, Zen moments eternal. Very nice, Nancy. Very nice. So this is her next one is for Amanda, and it's a reading.
Okay. I don't know if you are working toward a goal or were working toward a goal that involved a passion that you've had since childhood. But I feel like it was taken from you, and I know we've discussed this because I can remember it, not clearly as day, but um, somebody stole money toward either tuition or something that you needed to get something done towards this passion, or took something from you and passed it off as their own, is what I'm hearing. Because um, the first, strangely enough, the first two words I heard were vowel and bowel, and I felt like this sort of thing about being ripped from your bowels, or something down here that was foundationally important inside. I got the Knight of Pentacles, which when it's reversed, it wasn't, is the Assassin card, and you were waiting for something to come in that was a resource toward this end. But the problem was somebody kept saying they'd either pay you back or you were incentivized to do something, and it never panned out. And this was like the inspiration for you. And I got this sense in the beginning too that it was almost ancestral or um, tribal, or might have involved going somewhere and performing rituals or performing something that should have brought about a certain result. I don't mean a cult, OCCULT. What I mean is something spiritual, but this person was compromised spiritually. They didn't have the same end game as you. And then so it all vanished. Um, with this card, the Seven of Swords. I think it was the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it was stolen. It's like something was stolen. So this is what I'm thinking here. Times that we can be reborn, times without a face, times of scorn. I'm looking to the past as I look to the future, thinking that right about now, the changes that need to be made are more than external. There's something else going on within this rebuttal to something that happened before that I need to make sure I don't experience again, and that I can go ahead and scuttle. Right about now, every little dime, every little penny counts towards what's happening inside me, where no one else can see the value of the light before it's extinguished at night. So that's what I got for you, Tropical Empress. I don't know if that was just all a bunch of hooey or.
All right, let's see. We had a so we have somebody new. First visit. Hello, Timothy. Just curious about the live event. So Timothy, what we do here, Jeff and I are readers, tarot, oracle, and we're also poets. And every Sunday we get together and we take poetry prompts from people in the chat, and they can also write their poems back and share them with us. And for those people, sometimes they ask, for chatters ask, if we would like for us to pull cards to do a reading and then write a poem from their reading. So that's basically how we do it from every week. Jeff and I have been doing this since last November. God, I can't believe it's almost been a year. So welcome, and I'm going to go and read Tom's poem. Okay, no tarot, just a floating lotus, engulfed enlightenment, present in multi dimensions, sky cracked reflection, a blissful awakening, a lesson taught in an emotive outcropping, a braille feature upon the ton. Oh my God, a braille feature upon the ton? Dude, I'll have what he's having. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And he says,
it's freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
I can't write.
So let's see. And Amanda says, yes, my passion is bowling and billiards pool. I do believe someone got karma for what they stole from me.
Wow. Alrighty. Oh my God.
And and before I read your poem, Amanda, she also shared, my aunt stole money that my deceased uncle left for me to go to my college tuition. I got the confirmation a decade ago, or maybe
that's
a little
exactly
bit more.
That's what I was honing in on, something more along those lines. But yeah, I felt like that was stolen from you.
And Timothy, thank you. It was very interesting. I didn't really know any other poetry writers in our tarot community, and when Jeff found out I was a writer also, and he did, I mean, it's blossomed into Sunday, and we have so many people join us in chat. We have special guests who are other readers that join us as well. So yes, it's a style of creative writing. So some weeks we have people who ask us to do haiku only. Sometimes we play around with acrostic. And we just kind of play it by ear every week to see what we want to do. So again, thank you for joining us. And very good, Jeff, spot on. And Tom's like, thank you guys. You're welcome. So Amanda, your poem, let me just show your card again for you. It's the Libra. And I love this because I didn't notice until after, but the sun and the moon are in the Libra balances. And today is full moon, and we're going into the sun of Leo. So it's an interesting moon sun balance as well. So let me just take us down here. And for you, Amanda, I have, and this is interesting, balance of the sun and moon, roses dipped in Libra light, sun-kissed, a harmonious delight. Consider all that life has to give. Fairness of skin, the fairness we hold within for our kin. Stay in focus, your bow has let its arrow go. Sing within the aura. No, sing within the colors of your aura. The mountain heights is a metaphor. Watch the sun rise. And that's what I have for you, my dear.
Yeah, there was that visual. I want to just point to why Heather's was so good. There was this sense of like divine connection to spirit or some, I don't want to say known entity, but from the nature to the sky. And I think Heather captured that. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true or not, but
I do like that one, Amanda. I'm going to have to work on that this week. I'm really these astrology cards. Last week I struggled with the cards I had. This week with the astrology cards, I don't know if it's the art and the spiritual, beautiful nature of, because the deck was created by the author as well, and they were all taken from her scrapbooking that she did, her drawings, her watercolors, her scrapping, and it just, for me, it's just another pure form of creative expression, and the font that she used and the energy behind it, and it's just, it's really lovely. And let's see, Heather, she did, okay, hold on a second. Timothy. So there's some kind of flow. Some folks are great with words, others with art illustrations. I like the word flow. That's been actually, that was a major message for a lot of people when I read with Nancy and Ginger last night. Flow and letting go, and letting things go with the flow, and giving it to spirit and to our higher powers and stuff was really prevalent too last night. And I felt into the energy, but it was dark.
that was for not. It was
For
Amanda's. What happened to Amanda felt very
yeah,
dark. To me, it did.
and
You know,
oh yeah, something like that. I had someone steal my identity and open up a credit card when I just started college, and it took me almost 2 years to tell them this was not me. I'm not irresponsible. This is going back in the early '90s when,
oh
they
my
were tossing the
God.
credit cards left and right to the students. Come to find out later, even though not admitting, but it was my mom. I wasn't the only one that she had
Oh my
stolen from.
God.
And so I know how it is when family steals from you. So maybe it's the full moon. It could very well be, Moira. Just not sure what to say. Well, as long as, whatever you say is respectful to me, myself, well, to me, myself, and I, and to Jeff, and to fellow chatters. We keep an open space for people to talk. The only thing is that I just request if anybody shares poetry, um, just to kind of watch. We are non-political. Jeff does amazing political tarot reads and poems on his channel. But with my channel, I like to avoid the politics as much as possible, kind of like the plague.
I don't blame you.
And as long as it's, it's not like crass and really extremely offensive stuff, we're pretty laid back here. And unfortunately, family says this happened to me many times. Yeah, and it's the worst when it's your own family and friends. And so I just went through all my tarot decks and just not feeling inspired. That's okay too, Jeff. You know.
That was
Let's see.
Tom, not Jeff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Jeff and Heather, can I please have a copy of both poems and what the card y'all pulled written down? Sure. I definitely will. I'll do. Well, Amanda, do you want the one I have now, or because I know I'm going to rewrite it? But so let me
I
catch up.
only have the one from the prompt. I don't remember what I wrote, what I said for you. So it just free flowed. You'd have to go. I'd have to go back and type it and hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
I
But I have her email. So
Okay.
Amanda, if you're okay with me giving Jeff your email, let me know, and we'll be happy to take pictures and take a picture of what we wrote. And Tom, I understand we all have our off nights. Yeah. We are one in the same to her, Jeff. Not sure what. Okay. See, I get caught up a little bit later, and like Tom and I were talking about the other, it gets lost in translation. So let me just go ahead and make sure I'm all caught up here. So we did have a prompt come in from Moira earlier, fulcrum,
I like that.
and I have to kind of remember again. You called me Jeff. I called you Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom. How about I call one Tom and Jerry? Who wants to be Jerry? All righty, Tom. I'm
I'll be
sorry.
Jerry.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself because I got to remind myself what the definition. Okay, and Tom says I'm going to try the Triumphi della Luna. Tom, Jeff, no distinction. Isn't that what the Buddhist said? The Buddhist said. Okay, fulcrum is a pivot point, apparently. I don't know. I think I might make this an acrostic. Ooh. All righty. So let's see before I share. Oh yeah, that's right, Amanda. Jeff and I didn't share any like independent poems. I had one that I wanted to share, so maybe at the end I'll share one that I wrote and worked on over the week. And if Jeff wants to pull something from one of his new books, or yeah, new book, unless that new book's not out yet, but
It's not with us yet.
It's not with us yet. Let's see. Good for you because it makes you the better person. I also forgive those family members that have hurt me in different ways. Also, I did for my peace of mind, Amanda. Yeah. And let's see. What did Timothy say here? Is it normal to feel as if someone experiences motion sickness while in the same room with someone else? Oh yeah. It's the vibration that people give off. Especially if they don't have very good energy. I feel sometimes like that a lot when I go into a local Walmart. I mean, there's just sometimes when a person passes you or you're in around a group of people, There are times when I've had to leave that I just couldn't, even though I had my energy boundaries up around me, I could still feel stuff and I didn't want to be around it. And I had to leave and go out and get fresh air. And Amanda says, Jeff, when is this book being released? Should I put my order in?
Well, the first two books are out on Amazon.
Mhm.
I don't have a release date for the third one yet, which is the one that I'm referring to. The first two, some good writ, and the links are in either my area or in Heather's. I think they're in both.
I think they're in both.
But what I can do is I can send something to the publisher on the third if you want me to, and I can autograph it and send it to you when I get it. And I can then, if I can copy down the poem from this show, in fact, let me write it down now. I'll do that and I'll throw it in the book with you if you promise to buy the two books out now.
Ooh, there you go, a little bit of incentive.
So let me hold on.
Okay. So Nancy had a poem she wanted to share. Let's see, wait a minute. What did Tom say? Amanda, I don't have anything written down other than in books that I had made back in art school. That's still good. I mean, I pulled out a journal of mine from 2007 and 2008, and I've been copying stuff down, and it's just amazing how life is. I mean, 2007, that's almost 20 years. It'll be a couple of years and it'll be 20. And Karen says, I want that option too, Jeff. Autograph copy. There we go.
All right.
Nancy shared, steady hands, hawk like eyes, intense concentration as my husband captures the fulcrum and create yet another masterpiece. Ooh, Nancy, I like that. Blank book journals are great for that reason. Yes. I have so many of them, Tim. I'm like a journal junkie. I have so many. And then when I go grab them, they're like only half filled. And it's like, oh, I got to get another one. Oh, I love that one. I got to get another one. And it just, yeah, it's a buys. So for me, for Fulcrum, I did an acrostic. And for Fulcrum, I have Following the Current underneath an ancient Celtic bridge, lily pads and cream colored flowerets undulate under the gentle caress, murmuring ripples escaping my fingers. And that's what I have for Fulcrum. And I'm going to take a moment to do a sip sip. And speaking of bridges, I actually have a beautiful Monet journal, leather journal, tool leather journal from Barnes and Noble from last year that I paid good money for. I still haven't used yet. I'm just like waiting for the right moment. So Tom got inspired with some tarot. So the Empress and the word fulcrum. Take what you will to support my neck, my back, my face, my cramped soul. I will take that weight as needed. Pivot to sanity and performative normalcy. Pulverized and pleasured, sweat encrusted morning, a return. Wow. Cryptic, but very cool, Tom. I still say a group of us should get together somehow and figure out how to do an anthology. That would be so cool. That really would. And Nancy went, sigh. I bought both books. No autograph copy for me. Aw. Well, maybe if you ship them, I know shipping is kind of spendy these days, but at some point, maybe if you shipped them to Jeff, maybe he can sign them for you. And yes, Nancy, that was powerful. And T. Lynn has joined us, lurking and multitasking while listening. Thank you, Teresa. Thanks for popping in. And alrighty, I read mine. So what you got?
This life's gone berserk. The culmination of all that you said, which was so absurd, that's what made her flip you the bird. Bound and gagged by rhetoric and words, people wanted to wire your jaw shut so you would not spout the nonsense you consider gospel. So that's why Bible thumpers and garbage collectors are hostile. And the public has reached its fulcrum and know your useless sputtering to try to make it stop is futile.
I like you paired the garbage collectors and the Bible thumpers together. I like that.
No offense
Yeah.
to garbage collectors.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, hypocrisy at its finest. What a poem, tarot. Okay. Tom did a laugh. I think Timothy might have been referring to Tom's poem. Yeah, that was pretty cool, Tom. So we don't have any other prompts or requests for reading. So if anybody wants a reading, a card and a reading, or if you just want to throw a prompt out there, it's only 8:48. So Jeff and I got plenty of steam. At least I can say that I do. I got enough caffeine in me.
I do now.
Or while we're waiting, actually, I'll go ahead and read one of the poems that I wanted to share at the beginning of the show, and I completely forgot. Okay, Moira. So Moira's going to want a reading, but I'm just going to go ahead and, well, just getting ready for that. I'll share what I have here. It's called A Menagerie of Formless Memories. Skeletal leaves and fallen branches, like bone marrow cracked wide open, rib cage with hairline fractures around this bruised heart, my body going numb, my arms are longing to embrace its soul. I can go without breadcrumbs, following snowflakes instead, a bitter pill I refuse to swallow. Your esoteric words, pale in comparison, drowning within your shallow. I speak cryptic languages and commune with the dead of past lives I have, and I commune with the dead of past lives I have led. A menagerie of formless memories, cacophony of solar implosions, lunar symphony of white hot stars, melting ice crystals, sandstorms liquefying ancient stones, collecting dust in a bell jar made of smoke glass. And I took that from a poem I did in 2017 and reworked it and rewrote it on 7/17. So yeah, about 6 years ago. And who knows, maybe another 6 years from now I'll come across it and it'll be reworked again. Um, thank you, Amanda. Oh, okay, I got your, let's see, Pacific Northwest. Now, Tim, is that a prompt or are you just sharing with people where you're from? Because I'm looking to head out there with my fella next year. Pretty cool. So, do you have Moira ready?
No, I'm gonna do it now though.
And let's see, Amanda, I got your prompt. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Yes, you do. And I love it when I hear it. It brings me joy when people enjoy, yes, my poems. Sometimes it takes several weeks to craft one because I have to have it just sounding right. So let's see, Moira.
Okay, so two cards repeating that were in I want to say Tropical Empress's reading, Maura, but I heard the word belief and I heard the word sanction. And what I feel as if something was preventing you from doing something, either because you were told either by your mother or your father you shouldn't do it, or a promise had been made to you, but it kept getting kicked. Like, I keep hearing the term kicking the can. They kept kicking the can down the road, or someone kept putting you off. And it was a promise unfulfilled, that had to do with something that you, I mean, because to me, Page of Pentacles is that type of card. It's basically a message, but the message that you got was it would happen, but it never happened, and it started in your childhood, and then you started to internalize it to the point of when you got older, you'd always try to restart it, and it never went anywhere. And when this card is reversed, it's an assassin card, and I'm hearing like killing a dream, or putting your dreams on hold, or delaying the inevitable. Meaning, if it was like you couldn't do something because life threw you a curveball, but there's something that's telling you to let go of those impositions, to let go of them soon, because the center card for you was Ace of Wands, which came in already for someone else tonight. I think it was Amanda. But you need to go back and reassess what it was that you wanted to do then. And if it's still something current, Mara, that's eating away at you, or like a certain itch you have to do something, go ahead and do it. So I got sometimes the itch never goes away, but you can best bet that when no one's looking, you won't be led far astray. You don't need supervision to know the truth. You don't need someone else to tell you what to do. You put your faith and your belief in those that you hold dear, when all the while it was your own advice you couldn't abide and that you feared. So I feel like you've subdued those voices and that intuition. I'm getting a little pressure in my right ear about that. Don't do that anymore, because there's something there that's a gift that you have either relinquished to someone else, or you need to let come through. Okay, okay, Amanda. I wrote it down, and I actually just wrote it on my phone so I won't forget. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, like I was hearing sanction, and I don't know if that's a law term, or it can be used as a law term, like to allow or not allow. I'm not saying that you didn't want to go to law school, but I feel like you had a passion for entertainment purposes only.
Bye, Fatima. Thank you for being
Night,
here, my
Fatima.
dear. We love and appreciate you so much. And before I share, I just wanted to share something that, because Tim's been sharing with us in chat, getting someone to use breath, timing, and pace with poetry delivery takes a lot of practice. Yep, it does. I agree. So let me just take that off, because I want to make sure that I got to share it. I think there was something, yes, and Tim also shared with us, a reverse card is still good. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Just having to let go of that weight. Exactly. Just let it go and let it flow. So Moira, here, let me take this For you, I got the, so you can see the artwork. I got the house. This, well, the way she wrote it, it's in astrology, it's the 10th house. So she put house number 10, which is from my show earlier with Karen today, is ruled by Capricorn, and today's full moon is actually in Capricorn. So I wanted to share this earlier today during our show. And the words on here is structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. So with this, especially with this full moon, what I would, taking from this card here is just really taking the energy and just really what is like your life mission. Life mission, sometimes it's like more like life purpose, or what are you drawn to do. It's also talking about accomplishments and career. So don't be afraid to let like the moon shine down on everything that you have accomplished, whether and to make sure that we don't compare those accomplishments to other people, because we're all different. We all have different paths that we're on. And oh, and you're a Capricorn rising, very cool. So I think when I was writing, I heard Jeff saying something about letting that part of yourself out, to start developing or sharing it or revealing it. So with this full moon, with accomplishments and career, um, I feel very strongly that that's something that you might want to focus on using this energy. And I used a couple of the words from your poem. And I don't know really if the poem is going to be part of the reading, but it was very interesting how um, the poem developed for me. And of course, I think a lot of these are going to be reworked this week. I'm really enjoying the energy tonight.
Me
Um,
too.
so, Moira, for you, I have be back home by 10. The house needs to keep its structure. Building blocks of river stones, hiding the house of cards. The wisdom of architecture, the Masonic cornerstone, rose blooming in its place, gathering secrets in the gloam. And that's what I have for you, my dear. So I hope you enjoyed your poem. And let me get to chat. All righty. So let me back up a little bit. All right. I'll saying goodnight to still an artist. We're all artists, but don't be afraid to, develop structure. Your card said about structure and discipline. That's what I had to do. I didn't have, when I graduated from high school, oh yeah, I wanted to be art, but man, college, you really forced you to hit discipline. You had to practice. You had to, I mean, anybody can learn to draw. Anyone can be able to develop their talents that they already have, but they have to be disciplined and being able to do it, and that structure of time set aside every day or every other couple days to be able to practice the drawing, the painting, or whatever a creative endeavor it is that you are doing. So I love my fellow artists. And let's see, Tim also shared something. Sometimes doesn't understand how rising signs reflect on themselves when opposite is seen in public. Interesting. I'm not very familiar with astrology. It's so diverse, it's so dense, it's so sublayered. I mean, the for me, it's I when people start talking about positions and trines and this, my brain just glazes over. So right now, um, we're just for me, I'm just learning basics, and this young lady here is actually learning astrology, and she's doing a great job. And she's sharing here too. Yes, Capricorn can feel reluctant to share their true inner voice for fear of rocking the proverbial boat. There you go. Um, all righty, let's see what else do we have here. Early Tom. I call him Early Tom. I went to school for a BFA, ended up doing development work. Life is funny. But Tom's got some mad skills when it comes to sculpture. Let me tell you, I've seen some of his work. Okay, I already wrote Amanda's next prompt. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, mods, could you? No, actually. Alrighty, let's just do that. I don't know if they're going to come into your chat. I just had a troll. Um, let's see. Moira says, I have a Pisces stellium, very incompatible with Capricorn rising. See, Moira knows a little bit more. When I start seeing that, my brain just glazes over. Um, so I was about to get down to it, but of course I had to take care of that individual. Alrighty. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, you already wrote. Talking, everyone's having to talk with Tim. This is wonderful. Getting to convey a line of Shakespeare is challenging at first. Yeah, I remember reading some of that in high school. Oh, good night, Miss Nancy. Thank you for being here. That chamomile tea makes you sleepy. That's why Ramon drinks it. So, alrighty. Is this the one that you have, Tom, or do you have the prompt from Amanda? I think he said Amanda's prompt, right? Tom, which one do you have? Do 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 do. And there you go, Karen. Tim sharing some of his chart. So I don't know which one. Well, do you want to just go ahead and start with Tom's prompt being
Yeah.
almost on time?
Yeah.
I think that was a prompt, wasn't
That
it,
was
Tom?
Tom's, I think.
Oh no, 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 no. That was the wrong one. Here we go.
Oh.
He said that wasn't a prompt. He was just joking
Oh,
around.
okay.
Here we go. The light of genius. Well, okay. Well, Tom, you're just going to have to hang on for that till when we get to Amanda's. Sorry. We got plenty of time. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. So, prompt, the light of genius. Ooh. You know who was a genius? And I'll say it again. We were watching a video today. And Karen and I were talking about it too. It was Tesla. They say Einstein was a genius. Yeah, but Tesla,
Yeah.
man, he was beyond
genius.
Beyond genius. I mean,
Is
talk
he the
about
one
like,
that could lie down on a book and no, wait, that was someone else.
I think that was Edgar Casey.
Edgar Casey, yeah.
But still killing my flow. No, we're not.
Are we? I'm
Killing
sorry.
me softly with his flow. Sorry. Tom, I know you were waiting for a song to pop up. So we are doing Tom's prompt, and then Amanda will do yours, which is Pool Shark. So the light of genius. I know you're joking, Tom. Light of genius. Ooh. How many light bulbs does it take for a? Never mind. Well, Tom, that didn't take long for me to come up with something. Let's see. Some planets get stronger, such as the full moon. Well, the moon is more of our is a moon, isn't a planet, but and it's interesting. Some people think conspiracy, but it's interesting. It's even been recorded by NASA that when large objects were dropped onto the moon, there was a ringing hollow sound. So there's also that hollow moon theory too that's out there. He's a moon in Sag. Ooh, you got some Sag in you, Tim. Tim, I like that. I'm a Saggy. Alrighty, so for light of genius, light shines within the corners of my mind, showing glimmers of genius without big words or fractal thought. There's probably more still there, but that's got to simmer a little longer. Because really, what is genius, you know? And let's see, Amanda says, I'm a hopeless romantic as a Pisces and care deeply for people. But when first meeting me, you would think I'm an Aries, being strong, fiery, and confident. The Taurus side also goes to my close circle. Yeah. I'm an Aries rising. Let's see, Karen, you remind me more of a Taurus than a Gemini. That's cute. Oh, we got a Capricorn Pisces and Pisces. Woo! You watery girl, just like a double fire water, but I got a lot of Scorpio, so I got quite a bit of water. Yeah, usually I hope I didn't disappoint you, Tom. But something, that just I wrote that last line and then it was like a bump, like there's like a cushion there, and it's just like it's to be continued. Let's just say it that way. Oh, and Tim, too, while you're watching, when they give us prompts, it may be like a sentence, but we're able to take words, play with them, put them in different areas, places in the poem. We can use them as an acrostic. However, the poem, wants to come out and flow organically. And let's see, pool shark. I'm not fond of sharks. I love pools.
Okay. Couldn't buy this type of knowledge. The intuition that sends chills down your spine would shudder forever the doubts in the recesses of her mind. Lavender and Venus, Sappho never deceives us. The light of genius on her was shown in the spotlight before the masses could protest. Her inclinations to them were grotesque.
Alrighty. Let's see. Heather. A pool shark is also known as a great kick butt pool player who wins all the money. Oh yeah, I know what a pool shark is. Wasn't that the Color of Money with Tom Cruise and oh, I forgot his name. We lost him quite a few years ago. Oh, I can't think of people's names tonight. And Tom says, "Ooh, I like that, Jeff." Lavender and Venus, neat poem. Yes, I like that Lavender and Venus too. I thought of a pool with a shark in it with a foot in its mouth. Oh my God, fire up. Paul Newman, thank you. Yep, Tom Cruise and Paul Newman. So yeah, you missed my poem above Heather. Okay, Tom, I'm sorry. Okay, let me back up. All righty, we don't want to miss Tom's. I like Tom's poems. All righty. Neo Tarot, Knight of Swords, Light of Genius, a pinpoint, a million points of ideation distilled, an infinitesimal seedling, expanding forever inwards and outwards.
Wow.
What art does this bring to the world? A societal test of reflection and reaction.
Holy
A
shit.
vast pool, but not a crowd in sight. Wow, that was for Pool Shark. Wow. And Tim says, once in a while, prompts will arrive in subtitles. Yep. Don't know if that feature shows up a Zoom meeting. I don't know what we're talking about there. So Karen's still talking. Alrighty, so I gotta catch up. Alrighty. No for Light of Genius.
What does that mean?
So because you gave the prompt, you don't want to write a
okay.
poem for it?
Okay, now I get it.
All right. I'm working on mine, but our last prompt is a pool shark. So I'm going to go back to. Oh, that one was for Light of Genius. Also, you wrote the two of them. Wait a minute. Tom, you're confusing me. Stop doing that. You know I'm easy enough as to confuse. So this one here. Oh, this was Light of Genius. Okay, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm trying to keep back and forth with the chat. It's not always easy.
You are
people.
confusing yourself.
Well, it's when you're trying to jump back and forth and share what people are sharing.
I don't blame you.
While you're not looking down at them, I'm like, ah. Oh. I haven't shared Pool Shark yet. Yes, I got it now. I love you too, Tom. I love you too, bro. Alrighty, so I'm going back to Pool Shark, and please, people, don't start singing the other song with the word shark in it. I bet you I got that song on everybody's mind, in everybody's head. Okay, here we go. Caught you just in time, Tom. Mio M. Tarot, Seven of Cups, Pool Shark. An anticipatory illusion, a palette wet with want. Oh, palette, excuse me. A palette wet with want. The stick corrects and steals. The illusion of winnings tumble away. As the meat is snatched from the jaws, the pains of hunger return, but alas, a fattening of future prey. 7 bells to count on. Very interesting. I'm glad you're enjoying the chat, Tim. Thanks for hanging out with us. Lick's using VR headsets. The last time I used one, I got severely sick and did something to my brain, and I was sick for a good week or so. The ones by like Google or whoever the ones like Xbox or whoever it was that Microsoft put out, I was okay. But I went to a fair, and the gentleman was designing a VR for, especially with people coming back, with PTSD from the war, our men and women, and other people that had suffered PTSD from traumatic experiences. And he was like, "Oh, you gotta try this on." A friend of mine and she was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And then I put them on, and I was kind of like, "Yeah, it's all right." And then I wasn't feeling good, and I said, "Well, you gotta take this off." And for the next week, I was nervous. I was sick. I couldn't. I had a headache. I was nauseous. I was having vertigo. I mean, I was a mess. So it's kind of got to be careful what programs you're trying. So for Pool Shark, pool table on a watering reflection. A shark swims within the green depths. Spheres bounce lightly in the void, like marbles spinning within the concentric circles of my periphery. And that's what I have for now. Yeah, Moira, it was scary. So we really got to be careful what, you know. Yeah, well, whatever this was I was feeling was not good, Tim. So I just, let people know, especially if they have any sensitivity. Um, yeah, they're not real. I have a friend who's had the one with Microsoft or something her husband bought for her. Oh, this has got to be about 3 or 4 years ago. And it was so cool because it was like a dinosaur was coming up to my face. And it was just so real. That was so cool. And I didn't get sick off of that. But this guy, whatever his program was, maybe it wasn't wired right or something, colors he was using or whatever program maybe it was, it messed me up good for about a week. God, Heather, you'll be working on it for weeks now, racking your brain. I get up in the morning before Shan. Usually, I make a cup of coffee, and my mornings are with my ambient music on, my playlist, and that's when I feel like my brain is clear enough, or coming into where I can still tap into all the poetry stuff. Nice. Well, I hope that was for my poem. Lesson learned: don't plug shit into your head. Got to be careful. It was probably the frame rate screwing you up. I don't know, Tom, but I was sick. I got scared there for a while. Alrighty, what you got?
The eight ball pinged no magic by the seat of her carpet flying into the night with no lamp. She gambled away all her winnings, which she never acknowledged. She had become a tramp. Just to see her kids eat, she had to feed the pool shark something unsavory.
Yep. Unfortunately, sometimes People have to do stuff they don't want to do to
They have to
survive.
do what they have to do.
Yep, there's a deck that I'm getting. I hope, and it's the last. Really, this has got to be one of the last ones because we got to start saving up for our move next year. But Nancy has it, and so does Elaine from Tarot Tats and Tea. I came across him. His name is Vixen, and he created the Ethereal tarot, and it's AI, but it's based with for shadow work. And his life, he grew up early on having to. He was a sex worker. He had to survive on the streets, and he even wrote a semi autobiographical book. Kind of, because having to protect names and things and stuff and whatnot. But talking about, and that was his name for his performance or on the streets or whatever, was Vixen. And he's absolutely hysterical. He's on YouTube. He doesn't do live videos or record videos. He does a lot of shorts with music and using his cards. He's hysterical. I love him. So, no, I'm not an AI junkie. I just appreciate some of the work that does go into the decks. There are ones, of course, where people are just popping them out left and right, and there's not really no intent or spiritual connection to them. But like the AI, the Artist Decoded that Jeff and I have, actually Ramon, Jeff, and I, and Bill, I haven't heard from Bill in over a week. We're supposed to be getting together next Thursday at 8 o'clock, and we're going to be discussing, the deck. And there was a lot of work that went into that deck, from the artist being including his graphic art, working alongside and with the AI, and then with the writer. Can't remember. I mean, I've been mentioning her name left and right, but names aren't leaving me tonight. But just really an incredible deck. So you just got to feel what's right for you. What's the name of his deck, Heather? I'm going to type it in because it's a strange way of writing it, but it's a really cool deck, and it deals with shadow work. Ethereal tarot, and he had sold out. I think he sold out after Elaine did her unboxing of it, and it looked amazing. And then when I went to go order mine, sorry, I'm all out of stock. So he finally refilled last week. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get it. He's in Vancouver, so it may take a while. Let's see, Moira. Might just be me, Jeff, but I can't see your comments in Heather's chat. Yeah, because wait a minute.
I was thinking it would be the other way, like you.
See, Moira, because they haven't figured out how to combine where everybody can see everybody else. Um, I have to share whatever goes. So now that you're commenting in, I can see Jeff's chat and my chat, but Jeff can only see his chat. So that's why I have to click on, and for him to see, when Tropical Empress makes a comment, or like Tim. But when you see that little, oh, you can't see it here on the screen, but on mine, there's a little link. So I know we keep wishing that StreamYard and YouTube would come together and work on something like that. Because it would be nice to be able to see everybody's chat, everybody, no matter whose chat we're in. So, yes, it was actually unsavory, the word, not tasty, but that works too. Tasty. Tastes like chicken. Yes, exposure to all that battery LEDs can mess up subconscious. Avoid it for a bit. Yeah. So, like Tom said, you got to really be careful what program people are using. All right. Well, we don't have any more. Does anybody want a reading or want to throw out another prompt? We're at 9:30. I don't know what Jeff your energy
I can
level
keep going.
is.
I'm good.
So, hi Judith. Howdy, howdy, howdy. At 9:26. I still feel a little funky left over from last night's migraine, but I'm cool. Yes, please. Yes. So, Judith, do you want a poetry reading, or do you want to put in a prompt? I think she wants a poetry reading. So I'll go ahead and mute myself and I'll pull some cards.
So is that a reading, Judith, or is that just rando poetry?
Well, I've got Amanda's prompt, but Judith, do you want a reading? Just type in yes in who's ever chat. That way Jeff and I will know. Well, I pulled cards for you anyways, reading. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what I got for you was no, don't worry about it, Judith. That's fine. I was hearing things like babbling brook, and the word condition came in, almost as if like there was some element of either beauty in nature or something that you couldn't tangibly hold that was beautiful inside, and it actually helps you to heal, is what I'm hearing. And it brings you full circle, and it actually grounds you in a way that it doesn't ground other people. Because what I did get was the Wheel of Fortune first, and then it doesn't make sense with what I'm saying, but there's a sense of completion either through meditation or some type of traveling that you've done that brings you home to yourself. But being on the go and being at work has prevented you from taking that self-care, because I got the star reversed, meaning to me, that feeling of, as above, so below. Sometimes you're out of the harmony that you eventually do achieve, but you had to be. I think we've talked about this before. I got the King of Chalices for you. And the King of Chalices made me think that you had to be that paternal and maternal type all wrapped into one, which meant that you had to forego some stuff as a kid that you wanted to do. So whenever you relish the moment now, you always hear in the back of your mind some of the, well, it would be better if you did this, or I think you should have done it this way, or I don't understand what you're doing. You hear those things that were said to you. So what I'm saying is, listen internally more to those messages that you're getting about how to expand your intuition. And don't look to the past or a patriarchal or a father figure, excuse me, to make things, just the way you want them. I'm getting like perfectionist energy too for you. So here goes. Put it here. Don't put it there. Put the book down and put away all the clothes, all the socks, and all the underwear. Come back downstairs, sit down, eat your dinner before it gets cold. I'll put it back in the microwave, but we didn't have those when I was growing. I want to be able to be certain that this is the right time to make a show for myself when all I feel I'm doing is coming and going. So, in other words, like you feel, you almost felt like on the go for a lot of years. And I think now is the time to start just kind of taking better care of yourself. So, that's what I got for you.
Alrighty, so let's see. Judith says, I was and Amanda. Oh, spiritual gifts. So you're okay, Judith. There's no worries, my dear. We just want to make sure that we are doing it right for you. Um, so interesting that Jeff was mentioning health, and of course, this is YouTube. This is for entertainment purposes only. Anything concerns with health, on every level, please go see your doctor. Make sure that everything is okay, and it's just for entertainment. And Judith says, yes, Jeff, spot on. Thank you for your input. So, Judith, I pulled again. I ended up pulling two cards, Judith, because we've already kind of had Scorpio come up. And what I never realized with this card before is, there's a snake in there. Um, People know how I feel about snakes. So I went ahead and I pulled another one, and I got House 6, which is the, you know, in the astrological chart, it's the sixth house in one's chart, and it's establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. So the Scorpio energy is about intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. So if this does have to do with health, making sure again to get to your doctor. This could be very well be you're going through some time right now where you are just kind of purging things out of your system, out of your life, whether it's physical or it could be in all levels, physical, spiritual, mental, and just really kind of saying, okay, I am going to release what no longer serves me. I'm going to start exposing things from my past for me to work on, traumas to work on. And with this full moon, a lot of us are just really feeling a lot of our emotions more intensely. So for you, this is the poem that I have, my dear. Um, Serpent hidden within the lilies, exposing deceit between forked tongues, rebirth, shedding of skin, purging poisons, the flutter of a monarch's wings, creating a song within your bloodstream, our immortality of spirit, swimming within the waters, bathed in moonlit reflections. The clock strikes 6 a.m., exposing the Sandman's leftover trail of dust. And that's what I have for you, my dear. And I love this too on the Scorpio card because I think Scorpio, Karen, if I remember correctly, is the card of that's also the sign that deals with death and rebirth. And I love how there's like I wish this was a little bit bigger, but I love this little skull with a little tiny butterfly sitting on it. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Alrighty. And Karen and Tim are talking back and forth about
You showing his
astrology.
chart, Care Bear?
Well, she's got to do charts to be able to work towards her
Yeah,
certification. So that's wonderful. Let me just go into the star comments and make sure that I get all the
I'm
ones out.
jealous.
Oh, so our last prompt, I think this might be our last prompt of the evening, unless we see another one, is Tree of Life. Thank you, Amanda. So, Amanda, Tree of Life. This one almost made me tear up a little bit. My willow trees were my life. They brought comfort, brushing their long branches across my cheeks, wiping away tears, inspiring my intuitive emotions, speaking my truth, writing down on the white cotton paper tooth, grounding me to the earth and heavens above. I am forever grateful for their love. Sometimes as I read stuff, I'm like, oh, I should use that word instead. I should use that word instead. So I think I'm going to. That is a lot of poems tonight. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we got to have one more. Come on, everybody. Either a reading or a prompt. I like even numbers. Unless it's 8, which is my life path number. I have enough paper for another one. Unless I pick a prompt. Tom and I can pick a prompt. Not Tom, Jeff. Sorry. That was a cackle. My bad. Let's see. Judith. You're muted, so I can't hear you. Sorry. Oh, Judith, thank you both for taking the time to read for me, especially when you have been online for over an hour and a half. Much appreciated. Judith, we love this. You know, this is our poetry, our writing, so we really don't I mean, time goes by for us on these kind of shows. When it's 3 hours straight of like reading for people, or 2 hours straight of just cards, 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 then after a while it kind of gets a little draining. Oh, and Tom has the Maria or Maria. Oh, I like that word, Tom. Maria. I'm going to write that down. I hope that's not a Crowley word. That might be a cool. I like that the word, the name for a poem. I like the resonation, the vibration. So Maria Tarot, 9 of Discs, Thoth. There we go. Tree of Life, sitting with thought, born creation, the transformation of spirit into matter, manifesting the next phase, what shall and should be, but wasn't planned before. A near end to the cycle, coming anew. Very nice. I like that. Sitting with the thought, born of creation. And Judith does have a prompt. Okay, my younger self. Thank you, Judith. Oh boy. I can go on about my younger self. Oh, Morea means tide in Italian. Ooh, I like that. And I'm 25% Italian, and I didn't know that. Well, I don't embrace the Italian as much as I do my other ones. Yes, Tom has skills. I remember there being, I never saw the movie. I tried watching it, but that Napoleon Dynamite. But I always remember the funny memes when his friend, I guess, would do skills. You know, he'd be like, I got skills. So, not a Crowley, a word, but it's a Thoth based deck. I'll go with that. And my younger self. Let's see. Okay, and I'm going to pull a card, Judith, to go with that. And I haven't pulled from this one yet tonight. think this deck misses me using it. I need to keep it to the forefront for a while. Ooh, the Fire Prince. Optimism and aggression. There we go. Carrying the torch. Yeah, I was optimistic in my youth, let me tell you. Yes, I can, Tom. There we go.
Okay, just read this. Sapling, young sapling, always coming back to that little monastery in the woods where his own roots stood before he knew it. He was the inspiration to someone who wasn't worthy. To climb from limb to limb, the tree of life sprawling within him, while the ley lines on which this house built shook.
I liked that climbing within themselves, the tree within themselves. I like that.
My younger self. Okay.
Yeah, my younger self. I went ahead and I pulled a card to go along with the my younger self one, just to give me a little extra oomph. Not that your prompt was bad, Judith. I just wanted a little extra wordplay. A little bit something a little bit to go along with it. You know, I've been seeing some. Jeff likes to show pictures on his channel when he was younger. Does that kind of look like Jeff a little bit though when he was younger?
Yeah,
look at
that looks kind.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. There we go. Just like, stop it! You're embarrassing me. Judith, you're bringing up memories. Y'all are stirring up memories. Um, let's see. I got to back up here a little bit. Alrighty. That's the perfect card for the prompt. Judith, wow. Tom says, back in Jeff's trade days. Okay. Trade days. I don't know what that means, but Empress, I'll put out my younger pictures one day when I unbox my junk. Jeff has such an angel face in those young photos. Yeah. You must be an angel. I can see it in your eyes, full of wonder and surprise. And just now I realize, ooh, you're an angel. Judith says, sorry, Jeff, I could not hear you. What was the last card you just showed?
Oh.
Night, Karen.
Oh, 9 of Wands.
Okay. Someone was in my house Thursday when I was gone. Oh, Amanda, that's not good. I hope you have an alarm system up. Jeez. You're having locks being changed right now. Good Lord. Judith, legs with bands around. Oh, Judith, you mean mine? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that was Jeff's card, honey. Yeah. So, no other. I hope I didn't miss anybody's poems. I don't think I did. So, for Judith, my younger self. Yeah, that's what I said, Tom. What the hell, Amanda? My God. Please be safe. So for me, I got, well, the prompt was my younger self, and I pulled the Fire Prince. And this didn't go where I thought it was going to go, but it sure went there. My dreams were of passionate desire in my youth. I carried a torch for you. You are my eternal flame, my poet prince of fire, with eyes of gentle blue and flaxen hair. Your soul was gentle. You didn't love me, but I sure loved you. And in my heart, you always will be. And in my heart, you will always will be. That's all she wrote. His name was John, and he ended up being a poet. And he's the one that I first experienced tarot cards with the Toth cards, Tom, like I was telling you in high school. He was in my English class. I'll have to share one of his poems someday. I still have them, a couple of them. Let's see, Angel Cafe and Archangel Trinidad WI. Thanks in advance to be blessed. I'm not sure what you mean. Did I miss a comment that? Oh, wait a minute. Hi, what's coming from my son, Kareem Dar? Okay, Angel Cafe. This is not that kind of show. You see, it's poetry in the cards. And at least for my channel, we don't read on third parties. We don't have permission to tap into somebody else's energy or thoughts without their permission. So, sorry, sweetheart, but we are not the show or the chat or channel for you, my dear. But there are others in our community that, or outside of our community, that might be willing to answer that for you. And what Tom's going to? Okay, you want to come up and hear Tom's poem? All right, come here. All righty. Come on. I'm surprised you didn't want to be up here earlier. All righty. So let's read Tom's poem. Mio M. Tarot, Four of Swords, Younger Self. The crumbly tombs and web-blacked entrances of rusted grates and forgotten doors, tombs of silence and longing, the want of a future, but at the cost of what? The time spent in these places of death and dreaming. I will return one day with a new understanding and less to carry. Beautiful. And Angel Cafe, you're not sending us anything. We do not
I'll
do
deal with
third
this.
part. Oh, okay. No, sometimes they don't understand. Huh? No. Perfect companion for the poem. I know Tom, right? Did you like Tom's poem? What are you turning away? Tell Uncle Tom you like his poem. Hey, I like your poem, Uncle Tom. I give it 2 paws up. Yay! Angel Cafe. That's a pretty name, though, Angel Cafe. I like that. Like, homie, don't play that way here. Yep, 2 paws up. Beat that, Jeff.
Bill's here.
Oh, wow, at the very end. Hey, Bill.
All right. Consigned to a life where identity is often lost, conditioned to blow against the wind, no matter the cost. This world has words for you and for me, while seas we've crossed are polluted by intention. To make elusive dollars, she has to holler, a shadow of my younger self.
Everyone's saying, holla, Bill. Holla, Bill.
Yeah, Bill, you're coming in at the tail end.
Yes, and Bill, last week I sent out the thumbnail and the link for this coming Thursday show. Are you still? And I haven't heard back from you, so let me know if you're still going to join Jeff, Ramon, and I next Thursday night for the Artist Decoded tarot discussion and readings. I haven't heard from you, so my younger self. Yep, that was the prompt. So yes, yes, and yes. Okay. Jeff, I gave that 2 paws up too. He probably got one of his kitties there. So what? Why do you keep looking at my arm? It's too moist and warm tonight. No moist. It's too moist. People are like, no, not the word moist. I like my cakes moist. That's it. If not, I will take his place, Heather. Oh, that's right. Amanda has that deck now. Ooh. Bill comes in to chat and Joe starts slapping on the cologne.
Yeah, it was you, Bill. All about you, baby.
Oh my goodness. So, everybody, thank you again. We're going on 10 o'clock, so it's a good time to wrap things up. And so really quick, tomorrow night, Allison, Aries Girl Tarot, will be joining Nancy and I for our Divine Feminine Monday. So that's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what you got going on, Jeff? Because you do your morning readings before work.
Yeah. Same as always. I'll play it by ear.
Ear?
Yeah, ear.
The whole ear?
And yeah, like
I have to say something really funny though when it comes to the ear. So I think it was Bill Maher made a joke saying that it looks like somebody put a tampon on his ear.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought that was funny. I had to share that, but okay. I digress.
And I did start something that I am going to continue with in the morning, not tomorrow morning, but in general, but it won't be daily. It's called Card. It's Creator's Apocalyptic Reading Daily. And it can be a general read or it can be one that you ask for. What Spirit wants you to know if your life or your world, either or, we're going to end within a week or something like that. So it's called Card. I'm doing the graphics now.
Oh, geez.
Exactly. That's I want.
Oh, my
Creators
goodness.
Apocalyptic Reading Daily.
So a nice, fun, lighthearted time. Most definitely. Well, crazy Jeff for you, yes.
So more apocalyptic decks I've ordered.
Oh,
Yeah. And as far as what I have in addition to that, of course, the 25th I'll be with, I think, Bill. I don't know. I hope. Since I slathered the cologne, Bill. And Heather and Ramon, I believe.
Ramona, yes.
And then I have something on the 4th with Gerald, but that's not until way down the line. But in the interim, I'll have something else, I'm sure. I do, if she sees this, we did have to reschedule. I was going to do something with Twisted Sushi,
Yeah.
with chakras, that I do have something I haven't really. I fleshed the idea out with her, but Heather and I were, and Ramon, and we're all committed to one day. So it will be another day because I know Aurora takes priority. So
little baby sushi, yes. And to actually end the show, Bill's going to take us out. At a drunken fraternity party, I took a dart in the back of my hand. My younger self was dumb as a bottle of MF 2020, but he changed it to MD, so I don't know what that means. It is not exactly a poem, but it's enough, Bill, to take us out of the show. So you got one in there.
Mad Dog 2020. Oh my God. I
don't know what MD 2020, but
Mad Dog.
God, I lived on MD 2020 and Cool Breeze in my early teens. Oh, Cool Breeze. I don't remember that. Tom, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but if we are talking about colognes, I had to find out what Cool Breeze smelled like back in the late 90s because one of the Backstreet Boys wore it, and I wanted to smell what one of the Backstreet Boys smelled like when they wore their cologne. And Howie wore Cool Breeze. So Howie Duro, Sweet D, wore Cool Breeze. I had to say it. Mad Dog is a cheap liquor. Oh, that's a cheap liquor. Okay. But the Cool Breeze, I'm assuming, is the cologne. So I can see Tom Sinner going, ew. And yes, I enjoyed the Backstreet Boys, and I still do to this day. It's my guilty pleasure, just like I like the Spice Girls still. And what? You're getting antsy. What's the matter? I don't know what Cool Breeze smells like. Oh, well, it must have.
Now I can.
It actually smells nice, so we're going to say brown. Oh, okay. He's getting mad at me because he wants me to give him all his attention. Bottom shelf fortified wine. Gotcha. Yep, like cheap box wine. Rolling Rock, $2 for a bottle when we were in New York City back in '92. So that's what we drank. So, alrighty, everybody. Oh yes, Strawberry Boone's Farm. Okay.
You guys aren't helping.
Oh my God, that's right. You guys, stop it.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
It just occurred to me, and I don't know, baby duck. Okay.
Oh my God.
I remember Bartles and James. Yeah, but
that's Tom okay.
Said, sorry, Jeff. Oh my goodness, would you chill out, Cat? Alrighty, everybody, thank you again. Be sure to subscribe. I'm sure all of y'all subscribe to Jeff and to click on that bell when he starts his new daily apocalyptic readings for that little touch of enlightenment. It's called
Creators
Card.
Apocalyptic Read daily.
I mean, Kool-Aid and healthy amounts of water. There you go. Imagine, the Kool-Aid man just jumping through your wall, your brick wall. Hey! And there you go. Okay. Muzzy doesn't like Kool-Aid, apparently. All right.
Hawaiian Punch.
Oh my God. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's called Card, also known as Jeff Makes You Cry. Just stick it in, stick it in, stick it in.
Tom's a guest host.
Oh my God. That would be awesome. You guys doing a show? Oh my God. Yes. The commentary. It would be hysterical. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'll have Heather
What's his name? The shock jock. Stern and his sidekick. They're nothing up against Jeff and Tom. Jeff and Tom will take the world. Will take the world by storm. I would watch it. Yeah, Amanda, I would. Oh man, that would go downhill so quick. Well, I wouldn't pay to see that, but I'd be willing to jump in and see that. Here, I'll give a like. I'll click on that.
Ooh, look at this new apocalyptic deck I got on Etsy. We're gonna use this today.
Everybody's like dying, and there's disease, and there's famine, and their skin's falling off their bones, and oh boy, what a way to start the day. Let's go. Oh my God, Amanda. Look at what Amanda said. Beavis and Butthead. I could easily see Tom being Butthead. Well, actually, no, Tom, you got no hair left either. Just they have hair. That was cool. Pull another one, Jeff. Oh boy, this went downhill. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I can see them acting that way too. Yeah. Card with Jeff and Tom, or Jeff gets demonetized. Oh, good Lord. Good night, Bill. See you on Thursday. Oh no, don't go there, Tom. Don't go. I will allow this. Because that's what they. Oh, he said Cornholio. Cornholio. Me and my first boyfriend used to stay up late at night to watch that. He would call me and say, "Did you just watch it?" Yeah, or we would sit there and watch it while on the phone with each other. And it's like now I can't stand to look at that cartoon, but back in the day, oh my God, we'd be like, and my mom would just be like, "Oh, get away from me, you two." So you have to say it like Butthead. Well, I'm not Butthead, so I'll leave that up to you, to you, Tom. Oh God, rolling on the yes, me too. Oh yeah, back in the day we all were, but then after a while, especially after we broke up, and it just kind of, I was like, yeah, no, not a part of that anymore. Card. Did you get carded today? Hey, there you go. There's a slogan. Did you get carded today? If not, go to Jeff and Tom's show, and then you'll get carded.
You think Nancy would read on Card?
I don't know. Nancy's feisty. She's a feisty lady. She's could be very sweet and demure, but Nancy, don't let that fool you. Mm-mm. I'm going to have to tell her about this because she left a while back.
Or Michelle Marie, I think would be good on Card.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes, she has some fire in her. Yes, she does. Yeah. Whoops. I would make an appearance on Card. Oh my God. Probably one and only. Just putting that on the table. Ooh. Ball's in your court now.
Definitely. Michelle is surprised. Yeah, she is. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Another one who's like, oh, smiles. Yeah. She's got that Spitfire. And Bill said, I used to shout Cornholio in the service elevator at the hospital. I was oh my God, Bill. Oh God, yeah. So, alrighty, everybody. Thank you again. Oh, there is a darkness there that I love. Yeah. I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up South Park, but time to go. Judith, you behave. You behave, girl. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Time to go take my medication for the night, go grab something to eat. And everybody, again, thank you. Jeff and I appreciate you showing up every week to support us. And
Hmm.
those of us who can't be here during the live or have to leave early, thank you for watching any part of the playback.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. And yep, sweet dreams, everybody. And have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.